Brown Ford in Cordell is now Wheeler Ford. Expect the same great service and selection you've always had from Brown Ford, now Wheeler Ford. Casey Horn and Tom Machunsky want to sell you a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. They have a great selection, pre-owned and new Fords. If we don't have what you want, we'll find it. Your small-town dealer is now Wheeler Ford in Cordell. Country dealer, country prices. That's Wheeler Ford in Cordell. Let us make you a real deal real soon.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County School sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
Do you want a bank who's working for your best interest? Sure you do. That's why you want Bank of Cordell for your bank. That's right, 21st century banking at its best. The Bank of Cordell has been providing quality banking service since 1902 and is the oldest state bank in Ouachita County. Sounds like a lot of experience to me. So for experience in banking, state-of-the-art account management services, and quality personal service, visit the folks at Bank of Cordell. Member FDIC.
When it comes to getting your prescriptions filled quickly, just have your doctor send them to Bratton Drug in Mangum or Granite Drug in Granite, where competent and friendly pharmacists will quickly fill them correctly. Bratton Drug and Granite Drug are hometown, locally owned pharmacies, and they know you have a choice when it comes to a pharmacy. So they appreciate your business, and they're proud to serve you. That's Bratton Drug in Mangum and Granite Drug in Granite.
Hi, this is Terry Jones at Sunshine Cafe in Cordell. Don and I just wanted to thank all of our customers for their business and support over the years. We so enjoy seeing you come through our doors, and we love serving you good food every day. If you haven't eaten at the Sunshine Cafe in Cordell, come see us. There's nothing like a little sunshine in the morning for lunch and for dinner. We'll warm up your day at the Sunshine Cafe on the square in Cordell.
Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to softball here on Classic Hits 97.7 on OKSports.tv and also on our Facebook page. You can go to Facebook, search for Classic Hits 97.7, and you will have found us. We get set for an Ernie Banks type afternoon and evening. For those of you not old enough to know who Ernie Banks is, Google him. He played for the Chicago Cubs, and he once famously said, "It's so beautiful, let's play too." And that's what we're going to do here this afternoon and this evening. A pair of district ball games featuring the Mangum Lady Tigers and the Cordell Lady Blue Devils. A couple of teams headed in opposite directions. Mangum on top of the district standings. They are 13-1 overall, losing last night to the Duke Lady Tigers. And by the way, Rafe Hall listening into the broadcast, and Rafe's daughter, Corky, what a great job she did coming in from right field, bases loaded, tying run at third, game-winning run at second, 2-1 out. Mangum had already come from behind to win a ball game in the seventh inning as they knocked off Lady 7-6. Corky Hall says, "I'll have none of that." A couple of strikeouts in the bottom of the seventh, and hanging on to win the ball game was Duke by a final score of 11-10. So as we mentioned, Mangum now 13-1 overall, 7-0 inside the district, and that's the key point for Richard Carney and these Lady Tigers. Meantime, Cordell struggling this year, no question about it. They are 0-6 inside the district and 0-11 on the year overall. Coach Blackburn's team, as we mentioned, having a difficult time in the 2018 campaign. We've got your starting lineups to the first pitch coming up. A doubleheader, Mangum and Cordell here on Classic Hits 97.7.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Fresh floral arrangements created right here in Mangum are the hallmark of the owners Darlene Bach and Darla Haitley at Flowers Unlimited. Remember, fresh flowers are a very personal, special gift that is so cherished when delivered for birthdays and anniversaries. She might say you shouldn't have, but she'll be delighted you did. Flowers Unlimited. Call the local number 580-782-2122 in Mangum.
Classic Hits 97.7 as we get ready for Cordell and Mangum in a pair of bowl games. And the thought has crossed my mind. We've got that new addition to our home, the dog, that is named Wheezy. I don't know why we didn't give our dog a sports name. I'm kind of disappointed in that, and we may have to rethink that. It was there were no sports names with the exception of Saban. It's, yes, after the coach Nick down there at Alabama. But no sports names. Wheezy, I like Wheezy. I voted for Wheezy, but I might have to come up with my own sports name before all is said and done. We are here getting set for game number 1, 2 bowl games. Andrea Palmer will lead it off for Cordell. She'll be followed by Madison Damon and then Camden Davis, Megan Brown, and Mackenzie Mackenzie Hoagland, and Casey Lee, numbers 4, 5, and 6. Abby Preby, and Paige Canterbury, and Evan Anderson, 7, 8, and 9 for this group from Cordell. So it's Palmer, Damon, and Davis, Brown, Hoagland, and Lee, Preby, Canterbury, and Anderson for this group from Cordell. Meantime, defensively, Mangum will go with their traditional look here this afternoon, as back on the mound will be Sid the Kid, Sydney Webb. Her battery mate will be Nicole Rogers. Over at first base, you'll find Haven Gilbert, the second baseman, Sarah Rogers. At third base, it'll be Victoria Geralds. At shortstop, Dusty Pence. In the outfield from left to right, J.C. Nippert, Kyra Hussey. And who will it be? It is Kayla Travis, Kayla Reese, not Travis. It's Travis Reese. Kayla Reese out there in right field. Another windy afternoon. You can hear that in the microphone. The heat is on once again. Thank you so much for letting us enjoy that here. And is it really your birthday? Okay. How old are you going to be tomorrow? Oh, my gosh. We're in trouble. Mom's really in trouble. Mom would be Katie Carney. She is, well, I tell you what, she's being the quintessential wife here, the coach's wife. Cheerleaders on a junior high level, you said, are cheering tonight for the junior high football game, and she's here keeping the scoreboard and keeping the book. Wow. Richard ought to marry her. Oh, he did. Wise man. All right, we're about ready to get this one underway. Palmer leads it off against Sydney Webb here in inning number 1. And the first pitch downstairs for a ball, and it's 1-0. Well, kind of like what we saw with Sydney on more than one occasion this year. When it's hot like this, it gets to be a little difficult to keep that hand dry. So she's doing her best to do that. Now she gets hit by a pitch. Ow, that hurt. Hurt up here. So Andrea Palmer hit by a pitch to begin the ball game. Move the camera a little to the left. And Palmer continuing to struggle. As she's trying to make her way to first base and hasn't gotten there yet. All right, so I'm trying to get the camera situated between the two poles, apparently. So, Tracy Brown, now it's Tracy Smith, not Brown, asking for records, apparently on Facebook, watching the ball game. As we mentioned, 0-11 on the year Cordell. They're 0-6 inside the district. Mangum 13-1 and 7-0 inside district play. And Tracy, thank you so much for dropping by and checking out the broadcast. Meantime, Andrea Palmer going to be okay. She'll finally make her way down there to first base. But, Sydney Webb throws the ball hard, and I don't want to get hit with it, and I don't think you probably do either. So the leadoff runner aboard here in the first inning for Cordell. Here's Madison Damon. Damon, the pitcher this afternoon, and a pitch down in the dirt. Gets away from Rogers, and that sluggish start that we saw last night in game number 2 of the doubleheader with Lady and Duke carrying over here. Game number 1 with Cordell. 1-0 pitch on the way. Ticked foul, and it's 1-1. Damon, the pitcher here this afternoon for this group from Cordell. Wind blowing almost straight out now to center field. Had a notion. Took the pitch, and it's 1-2 on Damon. Flies still here. Isn't their book, The Lord of the Flies, made into a movie as well? 1-2 pitch, and again, it will get by Rogers, go to the screen. The count level at 2-2. So is that the second wild pitch of the sequence, or you go pass ball? You're going to go okay. So a runner at third base, nobody out. We're here in inning number 1. And the 2-2 pitch on the way, ground ball towards second. Rogers will field, throw to first. They'll concede the run. And striking first here this afternoon will be Cordell. So an RBI for Damon on the fielder's choice. Madison put it on the ground, and so Rogers' only play was to first base for the first out of the ball game. Camden Davis to the plate. Richard going to go out right away and have a conversation with his ball club. And there were some mistakes that they made last night that didn't necessarily show up in the scorebook. But there were some mental errors that occurred, and he may be having a discussion about that right now. To be honest with you, Rogers a little bit slow getting to the softball, and I don't know that she couldn't have made a play at home on Palmer. Maybe they conceded that run. Base is empty now for Camden Davis. Davis is the third baseman for the Lady Blue Devils. She'll take a ball, 1-0. Look off to the north and west, and there are some thunderheads out there. There's a cold strike, and the count level at 1-1. Check the forecast, and got a 30% chance of thunderstorms. It'll be a little bit later on, though. 1-1 pitch now to Davis. Foul down the first base side, and the count 1-2. Camden Davis late on that, but hit the ball hard. Well, let's be a little bit honest. I mean, this is game number 15 of the season already with the Mangum Lady Tigers, and they've not been in school a week. Swing and a miss. Sid the Kid gets her first strikeout of the ball game. She threw the fastball by Davis, and it's 2 outs. But it may have hit a wall here just a little bit as we near the end of August. 2 gone. First pitch to Brown, cold strike, and it's 0-1 on Megan. She is the catcher for the Lady Blue Devils. Going to go to, am I saying it correctly, Tuska? Tuska to play softball this weekend, and maybe that will be the change that these Lady Tigers are looking for. Brown waves at that one, and it's 0-2 on Megan. Again, it's hot, it's windy, and pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. And you do. I mean, after a while, you just kind of, it's easy to play and practice when you're not going to school, and then suddenly school starts, and you got to think about studying and boys and all that silliness, and that creates a problem. So, strike 3 going to be thrown here to Megan Brown. Brown gone on strikes. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for the right-hander, Sid the Kid, but Cordell strikes first. They come up with 1 run on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on, or was there a runner left on board? You make the call. We've played a half inning. Cordell on top of Mangum, 1-0. Classic Hits, 97.7.
When you need farm and ranch or mobile home or auto insurance or even life insurance, then your best choice just might be Steve Martin, Oklahoma Farm Bureau agent in Greer County. Steve, along with Rosanna Schuster, CSR, are ready to help you, including top-notch service. Greer County Farm Bureau office is located on North Oklahoma Street in Mangum. Give them a call at 782-3827. That's 782-3827.
High Plains Bank, located at 200 North College Street in Cordell, is the place to handle all of your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on mortgages, vehicle, commercial, and ag loans, along with friendly customer service. At High Plains Bank, we always have a cup of hot coffee or a cold drink waiting for you. High Plains Bank, community-driven and a proud supporter of the Cordell Blue Devils, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
From Farmers Insurance, we want to say go Big Blue to our Cordell Blue Devils. Come by and see us at Gregg Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. Your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by South Market in downtown Cordell.
All right, we get set for the bottom half of inning number 1, and I think I got the camera situation figured out. Chad sends me a text, said we're seeing more sky than we are field. So we'll give it our best shot here as we get ready for the bottom half of the first inning of play, and my camera work is sluggish as the Mangum Lady Tiger softball team Kyra Hussey to lead it off here in inning number 1. It'll be Hussey, Dusty Pence, and Avon Gilbert. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. The first pitch from Dameron taken for a ball, and it's 1-0 on Hussey. Middle third of the order, Sarah Rogers, Sydney Webb, and Victoria Geralds. And the bottom third, Kayla Reese, J.C. Nippert, and Nicole Rogers. There's a cold strike to Hussey, and the count level at 1-1. Hussey, Pence, Gilbert, Rogers, Webb, Geralds, Reese, Nippert, and Rogers. The batting order for Mangum. 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside for a ball. The count now 2-1. Madison Dameron is the pitcher. Megan Brown the catcher. At first base, Abby Preby. Casey Lee is the second baseman. Camden Davis is at third. And Andrea Palmer is at the shortstop position. Ball 3 delivered to Hussey. The outfield from left to right, Evan Anderson, Mackenzie Hoagland, and Paige Canterbury. 3-1 pitch. Hussey lifts it up in the air, and that's going to be problems. Giving chase is the second baseman, and a good job by Casey Lee to battle the sun and wind to make that play. Lee at first trying to locate the softball, did. Able to keep her bearings. Not only, it's easy to see. You're looking up into that sun and the blue sky and the wind's blowing the ball, but also a little footwork going on downstairs as she was kind of feeling her way on that seam between the grass and the dirt. So nice play there by the second baseman from Cordell. Here's Dusty Pence. Pence will look at a pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Good of you to drop by and say hello. Got a pair of ball games for you between these two clubs. 1-0 pitch to Pence. So take it for a strike and the count 1-1. And the velocity of Dameron a little bit different than what the Lady Tigers have seen recently. And so they will have to make an adjustment. 1-1 pitch. Pence will look at it, hit home plate. The count now 2-1 on Dusty. So the Lady Tigers play at the Tusca tournament beginning on Friday. 2-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit. Left center field, Dusty Pence aboard with one gone here in inning number 1. Good piece of hitting there by Dusty. That pitch kind of up in her eyes, and so he rolled the wrist and dropped it in front of Hoagland out there in left center field. So here he is. First baseman Haven Gilbert. Gilbert had a chance to pitch a little bit last night, play first base, hit the ball hard a couple of times in that doubleheader split with Leedy and Duke. So take a pitch outside here, and the count is 1-0. Cordell the early lead at 1-0. Next pitch to Gilbert, inside for a ball, and it's 2-0. Kind of an interesting defensive lineup, and now they'll switch it. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe Coach might do that. As Camden Davis had come way in at third base. And I think 3-0 now, the count on Gilbert. And I think probably Coach Blackburn said, hey, look, this is their third place hitter. We're in the first inning. She's not going to be bunting. 3-0 pitch on the way, taking all the way, and a cold strike, and it's 3-1. So who's the Mangum Junior High play? Hobart. Oh, well. There'll be some head knocking going on there. 3-1 pitch, inside for ball 4. Runners at first and second with one gone. And we're playing that at the Liberty Bowl? Or are we playing that in Hobart? At Hobart. All right. Sorry, I caught you at mid-ice. So out at second base, Dusty Pence. Over at first, it is Haven Gilbert. And here's Sarah Rogers looking at a pitch for a strike. 1-0-1. Sarah, a home run in that ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning against Lady to help propel her club to that 7-6 win. Pitch outside and high. 1-1. Rogers led off the bottom of the 7th with a home run, and Mangum then able to cobble together 2 more runs and win it. Sarah way out in front of that one. Into the Mangum dugout. Your head better be on a swivel. 1-2 on Rogers. Sydney Webb waiting in the on deck circle said, well, what did I do to you? What are you hitting it at me for? 1-2 pitch on the way here. Upstairs for a ball. The count level now at 2-2. Runners at first and second. One gone in the first. Mangum down by a run. Pitch on the way. Rogers lashes this one into left field. Let's see if they send the runner. Here comes Pence rounding third. Throw. Cut off. And Dusty will score standing up. We're tied at 1. And kind of like Pence did to pick up the base hit to begin the ball game with 1 out. Sarah Rogers got one up in her eye and kept the hands back and hit it hard to left field. Give her an RBI. Runners at first and second now for Webb. Sydney takes up, well, that's a called strike, and it's 0-1. Thought that was going to be high and out of the zone, but it's called a strike, and it's 0-1 on Webb. Cindy gets that pitch again, and she will hit it hard. 0-1 offering. Webb, ground ball towards third, bobbled, and everybody going to be safe. Camden Davis could never get the handle, and out of the corner of her eye, she was peeking, trying to find Haven Gilbert. Never got a hold of the softball. Everybody going to be safe. Bases loaded now with one gone. Courtesy runner for Webb. Keely Hussey, who ran last night as well. So Keely over at first base with one gone. Sarah Rogers at second, and here at third base, we got Haven Gilbert. Victoria Gerald's a 3-run home run last night. Looks at ball one. 1-0 pitch. Gerald's line drive into the gap, left center field. 1 run will score. Here comes Rogers. Now the ball gets all the way to the fence. Hussey on her horse. She will score. And Mangum has jumped on top here in inning number 1 by a score of 4-1. Victoria Gerald's, I'll give her credit for a double and a couple of RBI. And you go ahead and give her 3, won't you? All right, so 3 RBI on the play for Victoria Gerald's as Gilbert, Rogers, and the courtesy runner Hussey all scoring on the play. Victoria have a equipment issue there? Is that why she went to the dugout momentarily? Okay. First pitch upstairs to Kayla Reese. Reese ahead in the count 1-0. Kayla hit the ball hard a couple of times last night. 3 base hits to show for it. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Reese, line shot right back at the pitcher. And a nice play of preserving her own life and making the out as well. Madison Dameron. Wow. Catch or be killed. That's pretty simple there. And Dameron makes the play defensively for out number 2. J.C. Nippert. Well, I had him backwards, didn't I? Nippert hit the ball, didn't she? Yeah. And here's Kayla Reese. I had him backwards in the lineup. All right. So Reese pops out to the pitcher. So Reese and Nippert both making outs to the pitcher in different fashion. But it's outs 2 and 3 of the inning. Mangum, though, comes up with 4 runs in the frame. 4 runs on 3 hits. There was an error. And a runner left on board. We played 1. Mangum 4, Cordell 1. This is Classic Hits 97.7.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
At Great Plains Bank, we're in the business of making your life easier, and we understand how tough it can be to strike the right balance between security and opportunity when rates are on the rise. With our new variable rate CD tied to Wall Street Journal Prime, you can have the best of both worlds. You get the security of a CD without the stress of worrying about market timing. And with rate floors, you get the upside without the risk. Stop by one of our locations or visit us at gpbankok.com. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, here comes inning number 2. Mangum now on top 4-1. Leading it off will be Mackenzie Hoagland. She'll look at the ball upstairs, 1-0. Casey Lee and Abby Preby do up here in the second for Cordell. There's a fastball for a strike. The count level at 1-1. Apparently we found a good camera angle. I've not received any text messages from Mr. Fox. 4-2, top half of inning number 2. Swing and a miss late on the fastball there is Hoagland, and it's 1-2 on the center fielder. 210 to straightaway center if you're not picking that up on the camera. 200 down each line here in Mangum. Fastball high and outside for ball 2. 2-2. Lady Tigers trying to stay undefeated inside the district. They lost their first overall game last night. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout here for Sid the Kid. Webb now with 3 in a row. That'll bring Casey Lee to the plate, second baseman, with his group from Cordell. Fouls this one to the screen, and it's 0-1 on Casey. And, you know, we talked about it at the moment. Mangum doing their Daffy Duck impersonation, they were lethargic. And Richard went out and had a conversation. They are no longer lethargic. Playing a lot better right now. Fouled back to the screen again, and the count 0-2. Home plate umpire does not have a helmet on underneath that mask, and he nearly took one off the coconut right there. I think I'm putting the helmet on underneath my mask. 0-2 pitch on the way here, and there is another strikeout for Sydney Webb. This one of the backwards K variety. May I help you? No thanks, just looking. 2 up, 2 down here in inning number 2 for Cordell. And here's the left-handed hitting Abby Preby. Preby late on that. It's 0-1. So Palmer led off the ball game, got hit by a pitch. Wild pitched all the way to third base. And again, late on the fastball is Preby, and it's 0-2. And then she was driven in on a fielder's choice from Madison Dameron, and since then, it has been nothing but strikeouts in the book for Sydney Webb. This one strays outside to count 1-2 now on Preby. Davis, Brown, Hoagland, and Lee all gone on strikes in successive fashion. Preby down in the count here, 1-2. She'll nub this one foul. It will stay 1-2. Well, last night we had a rash of foul balls, or were they balls in play? Batters could have been called out on. 1-2 on the way to Preby. Swing and a miss. Boy, good pitch there. As that time, Sid the Kid took something off of it. 5 strikeouts in a row, including 3 here in the second. 1-2-3. Cordell goes quietly in their half of the frame. We'll head to the bottom half with Mangum on top 4-1. Classic Hits 97.7.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
When your doctor prescribes, get that prescription filled at Evetts Drug in Cordell. Professional, courteous service every time. And friends, you're more than just a customer to Jimmy Evetts and staff. You are a friend. Evetts Drug has a great selection of gift ideas, including many OU and OSU items, perfume and lots of fragrances, jewelry, and a whole lot more. Greeting cards, a great selection, and at the best price anywhere. Great folks to do business with. That would be Jimmy Evetts and staff at Evetts Drug in Cordell. Come see us.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
All right, we're back in Mangum as we get set for the bottom half of inning number 2. And the Lady Tigers leading 4-1. Nicole Rogers, Kyra Hussey, and Dusty Pence due up in the frame for Mangum. What is it? 6:29 on a Tuesday evening, and the temperature 100 degrees. That's ridiculous. First pitch here upstairs for a ball in the count 1-0. And I love the heat. Don't get me wrong, I do. It's great. But at this time of the day, it's not supposed to be 100 still. 1-0 offering on the way. And Rogers going to lift one into center field. Hoagland calls for it, makes the catch for out number 2. Good job by McKenzie that time, as that ball just kind of got caught up in the jet stream and found her glove pretty easily. Kyra Hussey now, second time around. Hussey grounded to second her first time. She is 0 for 1. Mangum almost batting around in that first inning when they plated 4. Little looping pitch in there for a ball, and the count 1-0. Madison Dameron facing the Mangum lineup for the second time here. See if that makes a difference. Again, fly ball to center field, but this time it will fall in front of Mackenzie Hoagland, and a base hit for Hussey. Kyra aboard with 1 gone. Similar scenario back in inning number 1 as Cordell got the first out of the inning and then surrendered 4 runs in a row. Pence, part of that, singled and scored her first time around. Dusty showing bunt. Pulls the bat back and unable to hold on to the softball is the catcher, Brown. It's a stolen base, though, for Hussey. She was off with a pitch. So Dusty now hitting with a runner in scoring position. And 1 gone in inning number 2. Pitch on the way. Dusty will take a look. It stays outside. And the count now has gone to 2-0. Two-0 pitch on the way here. Dameron upstairs with that one. And the count now 3-0. Again, the question is, does Richard turn her loose here? 3-0 offering on the way. Nope, ball 4 in the dirt. Wouldn't have made any difference whether she was turned loose or not. Good back control there. Runners at first and second out for Haven Gilbert. Gilbert walked her first time around and came around to score. Run number 2 of the ball game for the Lady Tigers. Trying to add to their 4-1 lead here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Gilbert, little pop-up, center field. Mackenzie Hoagland's been busy, and she'll make that catch. Tagging is Hussey, and she'll make her way to third base. Heads-up play there by Kyra. It doesn't go as a sacrifice fly for Gilbert, but it goes as a heads-up play nonetheless for the base runner, Kyra Hussey. Hoagland, the ball nearly popped out of her glove, and she had a hard time with the transfer, and Hussey made it into third easily. So here's Sarah Rogers. Off with the pitch is Pence, and she'll go in standing up in scoring position with 2 gone. Rogers, a single, RBI, and a run scored her first time around. 1-0 pitch on the way to Sarah, outside and high. And it's 2-0 on Sarah. Sydney Webb waits on deck. In at third base, Campton Davis, and they'll move her back again, yeah. There's a little ground ball towards short. Palmer going to throw it to third, but that's not a force play. And so a run will score from third base. So Hussey will score on the play that goes as a fielder's choice, not a base hit. Pence stayed put. And second, 6-5 with a fielder's choice. 2 gone, and it will bring Coach Blackburn out of the dugout, have a conversation with his infield. Talking about situations, and you know, everybody talks about how slow and lethargic again, softball and baseball. It's a very cerebral game if you understand it. And there's a classic point there. If you're out there and you lose focus and you don't understand that there's not a force play at third base, you've got to make a play at first base. It's a thinking person's game. There's no doubt about it. So runners at first and second now, 5-1, Mangum on top, and here's Sid the Kid, chance to help herself at home plate. Webb takes upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. She reached on an error and scored, or her position did at least, her first time around. 1-0 offering on the way here. Webb, little pop-up towards center field, and Hoagland busy the entire inning. In fact, she made all 3 putouts in the frame. Mangum, though, comes up with another run. 1 run for the Lady Tigers on 1 hit. There were no errors. And there were 2 runners left on board. We played 2. It's Mangum 5 and Cordell 1 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Do you move to the sidelines when stocks are predicted to drop? Are you waiting for some of today's uncertainties to be resolved before you invest? Hi, I'm Phil Cleaver, your Cordell area Edward Jones financial advisor. The problem with trying to time the market is you miss some of the best days in the market. The truth is, attempting to time the market has historically reduced investor returns rather than raised them. A good financial advisor can set up a consistent and smart investing strategy. Contact me today at 580-832-1106. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
All right, here we go. Top of the third inning now. Mangum on top 5-1, and due up for the Lady Blue Devils. Paige Canterbury, Evan Anderson back to the top to go, and Andrea Palmer. Right now the story is the right-hander Sydney Webb. But Webb struggled the first couple of batters, had a conversation, polite way of putting it, with her head coach Richard Carney, and since that point has struck out all 5 batters she has faced. And she will start Canterbury out with a strike. That's no tail there. It's 0-1. I don't think Katie got my joke about the Canterbury tails, but that's okay.
Sorry, I was reading a Facebook post.
Well, I know how important Facebook is to you gals. 0-2. I got to ask you this, though. Are you a Pinterest fan?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I should have known. Richard and I need to start a Pinterest Anonymous club for all the husbands. 0-2 pitch on the way here. Ooh, a little bit low for a ball. The count 1-2. Canterbury, the right fielder here this afternoon for the Lady Blue Devils. Down 5-1 in the third, and 1-2 pitch bounce towards home plate, and it's 2-2. We mentioned Webb hit the first batter of the ball game, threw a couple of wild pitches, and Andrea Palmer was at third when Dameron hit a little ground ball to Sarah Rogers at second base, and they conceded the run. Since then, nothing but strikeouts, and there's another one right there. Fastball for his strike, and that will now be 6 in a row set down by strikeout fashion by Sydney Webb. And again, that goes as a backwards K in the book. So 1 gone now for Evan Anderson, the left fielder. Anderson looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, since that conversation with Carney, the one thing that Webb has done, aside from striking people out, she begins the sequence with a strike. It's always a lot easier when you're ahead in the count to throw those strikes. You don't have that coconut thing going on. You just got to get in the groove. Okay, I'm going to throw it right here, get a strike, and go on. Right there. It's a classic example. Getting the ball, getting the sign, and getting after it. Count now 1-2 on Evan Anderson. Cordell with a run in the ball game, but they've yet to get a base hit. 1-2 pitch. A little bit low for a ball, 2-2. And that's some courage on the part of Anderson. 6 strikeouts in a row, and anything that's around the zone, I'm going to hack at. 2-2 offering on the way here. Ball downstairs, 3-2. And again, Sydney will go to the dirt, try to dry off that hand. Mangum in a couple of tight tussles last night, leading here in the top of the third, 5-1. Payoff pitch on the way. Ball 4, so the strikeout streak is over. Be the first walk of the ball game surrendered by Sydney Webb. Back to the top of the order we go. Here's Andrea Palmer. Palmer got hit by a pitch, as we mentioned, was wild pitched all the way to third base, and then wound up scoring the only run of the ball game for Cordell. Pitch upstairs for a ball, and it'll be 1-0. 1-0 pitch, called strike, and the count level at 1-1. So the count level at 1-1 on the leadoff hitter, and she'll hit it in the air to left field. Nippert will corral this one for out number 2, but at least somebody put the bat on ball and got it to the outfield for Cordell. So 2 gone now for Cordell. Madison Dameron now going to step in. Dameron got an RBI in the ball game. A little looping line drive right back to Webb. Sydney will field her position, and the inning will come to a close. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on board. And we have played 2.5. Mangum leads it by a score of 5-1. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm. Even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
At Corn Heritage Village, we're leading the way in patient care care every day, every shift, all year round. We have rooms available right now for your loved ones. Care options include skilled nursing care, long-term care, Alzheimer's, dementia, and a whole lot more. We're a nonprofit facility since 1948. Experience the nonprofit difference. When you need us, we're here. Quality care from a staff that really does care. For more information, call Stephanie, 580-302-4554, 302-4554, Corn Heritage Village in Corn and Weatherford, communities of care.
I'm telling you, I'm going to poke myself in the eye, and I'm wearing glasses, but I'm going to poke myself in the eye swatting flies here. Got a pencil in my hand. I swatted at a fly and nearly poked myself right in the face. Katie's going to YouTube it for you in case it does happen. Thank you. Victoria Geralds will lead it off here in the third for the Lady Tigers. She'll be followed by J.C. Nippert and then Kayla Reese. Mangum on top, 5-1. There's a pitch inside for a ball. Gerald's ahead in the count, 2-0. Victoria cleared the bases her first time around, and she doubled into the gap in left center field. So 1 for 1 with 3 RBI. Pitch on the way. Gerald's jumps at that one, but it'll go foul. And the count out 2-1 on Victoria. Well, she had one up in her eyes, but just a little out in front. So it's 2-1 on Victoria Gerald's. Maddie Carney entertaining the crowd with her sleep mask. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball foul. There's Richard again trying to make a play with his foot. Get him a glove for that foot. Count now 2-2 on Gerald's. Mentioned at the top, Mangum 7-0 in district play. And again, you win the district and you host a regional. Upstairs to Victoria, and the count now full on the third baseman. Love to be at home, playing in a regional. Win 3 games and go to the state tournament. Little nubber back to the pitcher, and Dameron will field her position nicely. 1 gone. So Victoria Gerald's, again, kind of jumping at the pitch. She's so excited, and the timing just off a little bit, and we talked about this earlier. Dameron doesn't throw quite as hard as some of the other pitchers that Mangum has been facing lately, and so timing a little bit of an issue. Nippert looks at a strike, and it's 0-1 on JC. She hit a rope right back to Dameron her first time around, and Maddie made a nice play on it. There's a rope right by the third baseman, Camden Davis. Wow. Nippert smoked that one right by her. There's no way Davis saw that ball go by. Camden was creeping in at third base. And I mean, that was all wrist and hands right there. Nippert turned him over and just hit a rocket. Going to get a pinch hitter here. Tyler Panetta will hit in inning number 3. Tyler making her first appearance of the ball game. Takes inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. No doubt related to Gabby. Did she get a piece of that one? No, apparently not. Swing and a miss. And it's off with the pitch was Nippert. JC there. So the count on Panetta is 1-1. Out in scoring position, JC Nippert. 1 gone here in the third. Mangum leading. They had 4 in the first, 1 more in the second. Line drive, base hit for Panetta, and that should bring home a run. As scoring from second base will be Nippert. And how about Panetta hustling into second base with a stand-up double? Good job by Tyler. It's a hustle double all the way. So Nippert will score and make it a 6-1 ball game. Give an RBI to Tyler Panetta. Now here's Nicole Rogers. Rogers hitting with a runner in scoring position. Nicole flying out to center field her first time around. Takes a strike here, and it's 0-1. In that second inning, all 3 outs recorded by Mackenzie Hoagland out in center field, which tells you Lady Tigers on the ball. You hit it right back where it comes from, but getting too much air underneath it. Now here's a little one-hopper to the shortstop. That's a good play over there by Andrea Palmer for out number 2. She will get Nicole Rogers, who runs well, by a step. So 2 gone. Panetta over to third. Back to the top will go. Here's Kyra Hussey. Hussey 1 for 2. Single, stolen base, and a run scored. Mangum on top 6-1 here in the third. Pitch on the way to Hussey. It'll hit her. Well, if you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the kind of get hit by. You remember earlier in the ball game, the leadoff batter for Cordell took a pitch off a leg from Sydney Webb, and Andrea Palmer struggled to get down to first base. Difference in velocity there. So here's Pence. Dusty, ground ball, bobbled by the shortstop. Everybody's going to be safe. Panetta will score the 7th run of the ball game. And there'll be runners at first and second now with 2 gone for the Lady Tigers. Palmer trying to field that ball and flip all in one motion to get the force play at second base, and instead never held on to the softball. Her first time around and scored a run, flying out the center to end inning number 2 in that inning. All 3 putouts by the center fielder, Mackenzie Hoagland. First pitch here to Webb, and Cindy will let that one hit her. Runners to first and second, nobody out. And again, not a whole lot of energy behind that pitch. So.
Down in Western Oklahoma, like Bank of Western Oklahoma. Come bank with us. Weatherford, Cordell, Gary, Elk City, Viside, Woodward, where people come first. Online at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Friends, you'll find a store full of quality gift ideas at Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture in Cordell. Appliances and TVs from LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, Best, Cat Napper, Best Set, and at Cordell.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
From the moment you walk through the door, Jack's Flowers and Gifts on the Square in Cordell will delight your senses. We have gift items to please any recipient and new items coming in all the time, along with beautiful flowers and arrangements for every occasion. Our
Mangum Lady Tigers making short work of this one, winning in run roll fashion by a score of 11-1. Lady Tigers 4 runs in the first, 1 more in the second, 2 in the third, and then the final 4 there in inning number 4 to improve to 14-1 overall, 8-0 inside district play. So Mangum 11 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the ball game. Meantime, Cordell 1 run, no hits, and 2 errors. They fall to 0-12